All right, back in with another edition of Keeping Up with Sandrock Athletics. And Coach Nelson, how you doing today, brother?
Doing well.
First of all, I got to say kudos to your hat. That hat looks tremendous. Is that one of you guys' baseball hats or something? But that gray looks really good on the maroon.
It's actually one they brought the other day, so we didn't really know we was getting these, so it's something we just now kind of got in. So.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I really like that hat. That hat is legit looking, Coach. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there before we get rolling.
It fits well.
Coach, last week you guys played West End. Didn't have your best performance, but I know, again, young team, you got a lot of coaching moments you got out of that game. Take us back to last week and how that game all transpired for you.
Yeah, it just goes back to we're still not executing. We're not doing things throughout the game you have to do to win. Some of that's just inexperience, and some of it's just not being focused on what you got to do. So we got a lot of stuff to clean up, and we've had a pretty good week, kind of a physical week. So North Sand Mountain coming here, they're usually a physical team, so we got to be ready to go, and we have another opportunity to get better Friday.
Coach, as from a staff standpoint, when you have games like you had in week 1 and in week 2 there, where you showed signs of life, how hard is it for you to say, hey, I got to calm down, because I do realize this is a young team, it's a new system. We're going to have these growing pains, but as a coach, I know you want perfection and you kind of demand perfection, but how hard is it to kind of gear yourself back a little bit, even sort of speak, and say, we're going to go through this,
Right. Yeah, that's the tough thing, because you want to win and you want to be perfect on everything you do, and we're still doing that. We're still coming every day. We're working hard to get better, and I think we're going to flip the switch here before long, and we're going to start winning a lot of football games. But we still got a lot of stuff we have to do before we get to that point. So these guys, they've came in so far this week, and they're still hungry, and they're still ready to get better and do all the things we need them to do. And we're excited. When you see somebody working hard, doing stuff, even if you don't win, right now you see the future. And that's what we're excited about. We're excited here in a couple weeks. Hopefully we can start putting stuff together. And we've had a chance in both games. We just ain't made the plays to win. I made enough winning plays. So we just got to continue to execute and continue to get better. And when we get a chance, we got to be able to take advantage of it.
When you took over last year at Sylvania and started winning football games, was there a point in time that something clicked? Maybe something in the locker room, maybe it's something at practice, where something just like, boom, the guys started picking things up and it all clicked for them. And how do you know when the guys are reading what you're laying down, so to speak?
I think last year at Sylvania was more, they were kind of a veteran team, and they kind of knew what it took to win. This year is a little bit different, where a lot of guys who ain't played a lot, and some of that type of stuff. So
you got a lot of new starters, correct? I mean,
right.
Like first-year starters.
Yeah, we got about 2 or 3 that's played.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
And the quarterback's Alex back, but other than him, here are just a couple, 2 or 3 other guys that really play a lot of snaps. So, a lot of new faces. So there's going to be some growing pains, and but they're continuing to work hard, and we're starting to see the progress that's being made. Now we just got to put it all together Friday night at 7:00, and we got to start early. We've played really, really well in the third quarter of both games, but we ain't started from the jump, and we've got behind. If you get behind 2 or 3 scores in high school, it's kind of tough to get back, because trying to stop time, and everybody we play is going to be running the ball usually. So if you another level, somebody throws the ball some, then you have more time. But so we just we can't get behind, and we got to continue to improve and just execute. We've been there. That's the frustrating part of the last 2 weeks, that we've been in the right spot. We've either just blown the coverage, or we've got on our heels trying to take on a block and stuff like that. That just the frustrating part of it. But these guys, they're continue to, they want to be coached hard, and they want to continue to improve, and we're going to get there.
Coach, what do you think it is on the third quarters? Do you think they're young guys and you get to sit down and have some face-to-face time with them at halftime, calm them down, get their nerves up? What do you think it is that's leading to those good third quarters?
I think it's, some of it's just have to fire them up. You got to get them back motivated. So we just got to come out and play the first, every snap in the first half, same as we did the third quarter, and we'll be fine. And
you got to harness that, so to speak.
And I think we're going to get there. I think these guys they're starting to see stuff starting to happen that we've been talking about. If they continue to do A, B, and C, they're going to start seeing this.
Gotcha.
Whether it's in the weight room or film room, wherever, if they do this, and this, this is going to happen. So they're starting to see that. Now we just got to put it together for a full game and give ourselves a chance.
What people don't realize is Bucky McMillan said this in an interview I did with him before, and it was genius. He said most parents, people in the community, things like that, they judge 99% of their perception of our program on what happens between those white lines out there. He said what they don't realize is what happens between those white lines out there is less than 1% of this program. And you just hit the nail on the head on that. Whether it be weight room, classroom, agility, practice, even the way you carry yourself when y'all go eat team meals and stuff. Talk about that a little bit and how, what's happening on the field, that don't mean this team's not improving a lot.
Right, and it goes back to small details and the process throughout the week. And we still got ways to go on it, until we get there to where we need to be, because we still got all the small details that goes into. You can't, if you don't win on Monday, you can't win on Friday. So then you got to follow up Tuesday with another good practice, and Wednesday and Thursday. Young teams, sometimes they have trouble doing that, just mentally not there or whatever the case is, and we're showing signs that we're improving from that part of it. So. Hopefully here in a couple of weeks, stuff start clicking and they start putting stuff together. And, it goes back to us. It's kind of we got to do the small stuff, what we want to do to be at championship level. And we're going to get there. And that's what the hard part now is. You may not see it on Friday night on the scoreboard, but all the work that goes into it throughout the week. And Saturday and Sunday, the work coaching staff putting in, and players coming in on Sunday and getting a workout in, and getting some film work there. So, a lot of time's being spent. Now we just got to start executing better on Friday night to have a chance to win.
That makes sense. Kind of in football terms, you don't want to start off with a bad Monday. It puts you behind the chain, so to speak. It makes sense. This week, Coach, I'm sorry I'm talking your head off this week, but this week coming up, y'all have North Sand. What have you seen on them from film? Traditionally, a very physical football team and a pretty good football team.
Yeah, they're going to be physical, and they're going to be coached well and be in the right spot. And, so we got to have the guys ready to go. They're all big, and they're going to get on you and block you, so we got to be able to, play all four quarters. They got a couple of skilled guys who can go and who's going to make plays, and, they rally to the ball well. So, really well coached football team who's going to be ready to go. And, if we come out and execute, we hopefully we'll have a chance in the fourth quarter.
When I'm looking at your schedule, I'm actually physically looking at your schedule there is no break. I mean, I'm looking here, you see a 2A coach of the year, you see Collinsville, who just beat Cedar Bluff by 50. You got it was up last week, number one team in 2A. I'm sitting here looking at your schedule. There's no break, Coach. How hard is that on a young team? I mean, there is no week you can show up and say, hey, well, we got this one won.
Right. That's, it just goes back to the process. Really on Friday, it's the big scheme of things, don't really matter who you play.
Right.
You got to treat every week the same. You got to come in focused, whether you're playing the worst team or the best team.
That's right.
And so, it's really, if you come in and you execute and you do stuff right throughout the week, you're going to have a chance to have success on Friday.
Yeah.
If you come in and, say it's the worst team, and you don't prepare, you just try and take it, you think, well, we're just better than them. Stuff's going to happen. You see that every Saturday where somebody's not focused and they get beat just by not being focused. You saw a couple times last year, several teams. So we got to control what we can control, and that starts what we do Monday, through Thursday to give us a chance to have success on Friday.
It definitely makes sense. Coach, before we shut these interviews down, I always like to kick it back to you to talk about anything program related. The floor is yours.
Yeah, we're, like I said, we're excited to, have another chance Friday, and we need a very good crowd. North Sand Mountain comes in here, really, it's open region play, so these games, they definitely matter now, so we need a lot of support, and we've had a really good student section last time we played at home, so hopefully we'll come out and we'll execute and we'll have a good night.
Yeah, I almost had to park in Collinsville last time I come here, watched you guys play against Spring Garden. It was packed. And with construction going on, it's even more so.
Right.
Coach, appreciate you sitting in with us. Thank you so much. God willing, we'll be back here each and every week with another episode of Keeping Up with Sam Roth Athletics. Thank you.